Well, first, I told the guys this week I didn't really think we'd had a complete game with all three units playing well, and I told them this week, we're going to, and I thought we did. We did a nice job keeping them off balance with our offense. Defensively, they had 175 yards rushing, but they were 12 for 24 throwing the ball. So, all in all, we had 467 total yards. They had 268. And so we had the block punt, which obviously led to a key score in the third quarter. But our most complete game. We were able to throw the ball very effectively. Jason was 18 for 24, very efficient. He was reading the box a lot, flinging it out to Antonio if people got plugged in with their second-level guys getting in the box so much. So a lot of those were dual-read plays, and so I thought he was very effective at doing that. Wayne State definitely set their defense to not let Jason Vanderlaan beat them, and so Jason had 12 carries for 40 yards, and that allows some other people to have opportunities. So Jamal had 12 for 68, and Antonio had 7 for 61. So all in all, we've take what the defense gives us, and we did a nice job of that.
Talk a little bit about the defense and particularly your ability to get off the field on third down, how big of that factor was in getting you guys better field position.
Yeah, it was huge. They were 3 for 14 on third down, and we were 6 for 11. And our defense has struggled on third down a lot, and they've gotten a lot better at it the last few weeks, which is huge. And so, it's key. When you're looking at a scoreboard at halftime and they've got 3, I'm a pretty good coach when they only have 3. We're all pretty good players when they only have 3. So all in all, very pleased by as a total team effort.
Ferris State Torch. Can you talk about how the team was able to play a solid, complete game? I know that word is used a lot. And as the team was able to hit on all phases.
Well, I think it's just a psyche. I think we work together, we support one another, and when one unit plays well and the other unit feeds off that, I think that's how you become very, very successful. And today I thought it's the first time really, offense was solid, defense was solid, special teams was solid. So, and I think, we came into the game with that mindset. James Stewart said to me, Coach, you said we were going to have a complete game, and you knew it, and I just felt it all week that we were going to have a complete game. I felt good all week about our mindset, our approach, and our kids did the things they needed to do. And going back, a week, going to Michigan Tech and winning up there, really there's so much pressure for us to win up there, and then to come back home, I think we really felt calm and relaxed, and I think it's the first time we really felt as a unit that we were really, really relaxed and calm.
The Bulldog Sports Network. Coach, it was a complete game, but it also had some of its setbacks with injuries, the Ringer injury and the Ingraham injury. Can you just touch on how those injuries affect the team and what you'll be missing in Ringer?
Well, first off, they're both really key players, and so looking at it from a positive, we overcame the absence of those two guys very effectively, and Jamal picked it up, Antonio picked it up. Those Corey and Dante really, they're key ball handlers, and so that was a tough situation. But I don't know about Dante's status. I know they said he had a sprained ankle, and Corey, I'm brokenhearted about it. He was broken up pretty good, but I think he broke his arm, and so it's tough. It's a tough game and emotional game. We all love him, and I know and we all feel for him.
StateBulldogs.com. Last night was kind of a unique thing for this football program. Had a team dinner at the Khaki Golf Course, and alumni came back and really hooked up the players. Basically like a 7-course meal, if you can talk about that.
Yeah, great meal, huh? It was a great meal, and Jerome Prescott is. Last year we went on the road to Wayne State, and he wanted to do something for the kids, and and so he did. And then he wanted to do it again in Big Rapids for this game, and he did. And it was an amazing thing. And he talked to our kids about the whole philosophy of giving, and he felt like he feels like he's compelled to try to do something to give back. I think that's awesome. But he also left the message to our players that they should be thinking about giving and give now to any kind of organization they can give to or to each other. But also, as they leave Ferris State, figure out a way in 5, 10, 15, 20 years to give back, because it is family and it is important, and so we really appreciate that kind of support.
On both of these guys, and it seemed like you guys were calling their numbers a little bit more than normal. Was that just what the defense was giving you, or did you feel like you kind of had a rhythm going with those two?
Well, I'll talk with Jamal first off. I mean, Jamal is the guy that can carry a load, and so people said their defense to kind of look at our quarterback as a key ball carrier, but Jamal and Corey, they're kind of like multi-dimensional guys because they carry the ball, but yet then they're as running backs, but then they're also like fullbacks blocking for Jason, and they've done a great job at that the last few weeks. And then you could tell they were kind of setting their defense to stop Jason, and Jamal took advantage of it. With Antonio, they had two linebackers in the box, so they're a six-man box, and Antonio could get the perimeter run. And then a couple, I think almost all of your catches for the most part, were dual plays where Jason can give it to Jamal, Jason can run it, or Jason can pass it. And those are all reads. And so you give Jason credit for distributing the ball that way and being unselfish. A lot of people think, well, why does he run the ball all the time and that kind of stuff. But those are reads, and today he made the right reads to get these guys the ball.
About inside the red zone, you seem to really sniff the end zone there. Just what you were seeing the offensive line giving you, and how you're able to break some tackles as well.
Honestly, I have to give all the credit to the offensive line. They really blocked well for me. Almost every time I only had one person to beat. You know what I'm saying? And when you get close to the red zone, it's like either you or them. So I just tried to give it all I had to score.
Antonio, can you talk a little bit about, finding a rhythm in that first half, both running and receiving the ball and moving the chains a lot for you guys?
Well, we started in practice. We blocked a lot in practice, and the perimeter guys, the receivers, we all love each other, and they were blocking their hearts out there. And the O-line, they were blocking. So really, it was coaching and Jason distributing the ball, and receivers blocking for me, so couldn't do it out there.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how the defense was able to limit Wayne State's attack, especially early on, only 24 yards in the first quarter complete?
Yeah, we talked about that coming out of the locker room, that we wanted to get a fast start. Wayne State, somewhat vulnerable psyche because they had lost 3 in a row, and they were up at Northern Michigan last week, and then they got to go on the road again. And so I thought that if we could get a fast start, that we could really put a lot of pressure on them and honestly make it hard and hopefully have them crack a little bit. And so I love the way we started. We from start to finish we had control over that game, and that's huge. So I was just really pleased about that. Well, we got Denzel coming back next week, but and I don't even know how much Justin Glover played this week. He was hurt last week. So, it's been 7-8 guys that have really played a lot, and they're just a stable unit. And I think if society could bottle like the offensive lineman's mentality, we'd all be so successful. But they just got the right mentality. They've got the right approach. They're unselfish. They're team players. They love one another, and so they're the from our offensive perspective, they're the key to our success for sure. And I thought our quarterback did a great job of distributing it. Sometimes people look at his numbers, think, boy, he's somewhat selfish, but he's about as unselfish as they come. And and he wants to distribute it. It's just all reads, and today they set their defense to stop him, and these guys are the benefactors of that. So we're really pleased by that, and so all in all, great team victory, very unselfish victory.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about how you were taking advantage of every opportunity given to you, obviously playing a big role, blocking, and also running the ball. Do you feel like this game reflects the opportunities given to you?
Yes, most definitely. I think the coaching staff will put me in a position that I was to, play up to my potential. Like I said, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. Really, I think that this was a coming out party for me, kind of say.
You had 141 total yards. Can you talk about what you saw in this defense that allowed you to find holes and get up the field?
Well, I seen that Ingraham, one of our other slots, went down, so I knew I had to really pick it up to help out the offense. And really, the defense was really trying to stop Jason, so it was a lot of open holes out in the field. So I just really settled in, and Jason saw me out there, gave me a shot.
No, hold on a second. He's got to look in that camera because he's from Manatee, Florida. Say hi to the Manatee crew. Come on.
Hey, guys, and hey, Dad, Mom. I want to say I love you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome, and they're watching too. So, yeah, it's very rare. He gets to see his parents here probably at the game today, and at every game. So, he can say hi to them right now.
Yeah.
Tony, a lot of your catches, Coach talked about, were these read plays, but for the most part, your catches, the guy defending you was 8-9 yards off. Can you just talk about how when you caught the ball, what you were seeing to be able to move the ball down the field and try to get the extra yardage?
Well, whenever Jason threw me the ball again, it was great blocking on the outside by the receivers, and I just read their blocks and tried to make a dude miss and get as much yards as possible.
And Jamal, 4 touchdowns on the day. During the Grand Valley game, your teammates were yelling Skittles and Taste the Rainbow in remarks to Marshawn Lynch. Can you just kind of talk about your offensive line and how great they've been for you these last couple of games and being able to have the opportunities to have them yell things like that to you?
First and foremost, that makes me feel good hearing that. Like I said, like Edgar said, we prepared very well for this team. The offensive line are very, very selfless. They give everything they got to us, and I just feel like the way that we can pay homage to them is just basically going out there and doing their best, making sure their hard work pays off.
And Coach, last question to you, spinning it forward next week to Northwood. They're running a different offense this year, throwing the ball a lot more, not using the wood bone. What in your preparation do you kind of see? I know you haven't really thought about them, but just talking about Northwood real quick.
Well, I mean, obviously we haven't really prepared for them, but we'll celebrate this one. But we know we need to win these last 2 games to achieve some of our goals. Right now we're looking to see what happens with the final of the Tech Saginaw game. If Tech beats Saginaw, then we got a chance to share for this GLIAC North title, and right now we're in second place, and so and we want to finish the season strong. We talked about finishing with 4 straight victories, and that's 2, so we're halfway there, and we got to go to Northwood and then finish home against Northern Michigan, and so I like where we're at, where our team's at, but we'll go to work on them tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. That wraps up our press conference with